Good morning and welcome to All Souls. It's a joy to be with you here in the sanctuary and from wherever you are tuning into today, maybe on the live stream. We are a welcoming and inclusive community of members and friends. A special welcome to those of you who are visiting this morning, and a special welcome to families and children who are starting in the sanctuary. My name is Gretchen Gabrielson, and I'm the Spiritual Care and Membership Manager here at All Souls. I am stepping in for the wonderful Assistant Minister, Pamela Patton. Joining me in the chancel today is our new Interim Senior Minister, Reverend Dr. Elaine. A few announcements this morning. If you are new, please introduce yourself to either one of us this morning. We'd love to get to know you. We have All Souls in 20 minutes, which is every Sunday, and a newcomer bagel brunch on the third Sunday of the month. We also have coffee hour every Sunday. Come down and get some refreshments after service. This morning we had religious education, which focused on love at the center. It's a 4-part series of readings and discussions, all from the book Love at the Center, Unitarian Universalist Theologies. We have made postcard writing event during coffee hour today. Come join us. There's a friendship circle for people who have lost a partner or spouse at 12:30 p.m. in the Ware Room. We also have our small group ministry for young adults. If you're a young adult, please join us at 12:45 in the Minot Simons Room. All Souls and Grand Wyndham volunteer Q&A with Souls in Service will take place at 1 p.m. today in the Forest Church Gallery. Speaking of volunteers, we need ushers and RE volunteers for children and youth. So, if you're interested, please let us know. We'd love to stay connected with you during the week. We have events happening online almost every day. If you're not on our mailing list, please let us know by reaching out at info@allsoulsnyc.org. Now, everyone take a deep breath with me. And out. Please silence your electronic devices, and I invite you to quiet your hearts and minds as we prepare to hear the call to worship.
Bring your broken hallelujah here. Bring the large one that is beyond repair. Bring the small one that is too soft to share. Bring your broken hallelujah here. I know that people have told you that you better, before you can give, you have to get yourself together. They've overvalued this value of perfection by a lot. Or they've forgotten, broken or not, you are a gift. We all bring some broken things here. Songs, dreams, long-lost hopes, and here, sanctuary, historic. We bring them together. We bring them together so that they're within reach, so they're within sight, and no one is carrying theirs alone. In community, we have the capacity to begin again. And from all the pieces, we build something new. There is work that only you can do. We wait here for each other. Sherry.
Good morning. Welcome to All Souls. My name is Sherry Henderson, and I grew up very loosely Methodist, by which I mean we did not go to church, not even on Christmas Eve, but we always had a Christmas tree and an Easter ham, and every night at dinner we bowed our heads to say grace. Fast forward to 2006, when my own son, Doug, was in first grade. I'm picking him up after school one day, and one of his friends runs over to me. "Hi, Doug's mom." That's me. "Can Doug have a play date today?" And I say, "Well, Billy, he could, but it's Wednesday. Don't you have CCD on Wednesday?" That's the Catholic version of religious ed. Billy pauses, and he realizes I'm right. He wants to know, how come Doug doesn't have CCD? And I say, "Well, Billy, we're not Catholic." Well, now he's really confused. Wait, Doug's Jewish? In his mind, in his world, those were the two choices, Catholic or Jewish. Welcome to New York. The reality is that at that point, by default, we were nothings. No, not Catholic, not Jewish, but not Protestant either. I love a good Christmas stocking, but I couldn't pretend to believe things I didn't believe. A few years later, we found All Souls. Doug went through the RE program, and in college, he discovered Buddhism. Now, at age 26, he's moving to California to help start a retreat center. And I'm still here in New York at a spiritual home where I can grow my beliefs through the sermons, the music, the conversation with you, including, it must be said, about the big read. So I hope you'll join me for all of that. Call me if you want a play date. Now, please rise as you're willing and able, and join me in repeating the bond of union. It's in your order of service. In the freedom of the truth and in the spirit of love, we unite for the worship of God and the service of all.
Now, before I introduce the next hymn, number 360, I would love to get a chance for you all to introduce to each other, if you feel comfortable, someone new. So feel free to look around, shake hands if you feel led, and introduce yourselves.
And if you're here for the first time, raise your hand.
Alrighty, my friends. Now we are going to pivot to our hymn. We've got a friendly crew. I love it.
Okay, rise as you're able.
Now rise in body or in spirit. We're going to sing hymn number 360, Here We Have Gathered.
I'm pretty sure that none of you know Nancy Ballard. Nancy was a member of my transition team during my interim in Concord, Massachusetts. And after one of our particularly difficult listening sessions, she wrote this poem. It happened to be her birthday. Do not bring me things unbroken. Show me the limbs of gnarled trees. Speak to me of things unspoken. Frail gold necklaces of oaken dross, drape, stone, scarp, and canopies. Don't give me things unbroken. At first light, a catbird beckons. I scramble, slip up creek and up bed screeds to hear the things unspoken. The catbird roost blooms with lichen. Its hollows filled with maple keys, giving birth where ground is broken. 3 little ghosts, soft-spoken, chirping sparrows, stir last year's leaves. Speak, my dreams, of things unspoken. Bring me feathers loosened from ravens. Bring purse-lipped buds of raspberries. Tender me what's broken. Come, then share your thoughts unspoken.
I discover the wheel and watch the buildings go by. You talk a little soft, turn off the radio. I just wanna hear all the pastimes, the rushed hours and the endless lives. Don't become a burden, say the word and be free. You will find great weight lifting, easing your mind, a great weight lifting. Just leave it behind, a great weight lifting. You will find a great weight lifting. It's been a lonely summer, hibernating away. You need a little sunlight on that face. How long can you stay in the darkness, the dust round the empty nest? You could make your way out if you lay down the load. You will find a great weight lifting, easing your mind, a great weight lifting. Leave it behind, a great weight lifting, and you will find the great weight lifting.
Will you take a breath with me? My yoga instructor of almost 30 years always begins class with lift your chest, draw your palms together, and close your eyes. That has become my permission to open myself to whatever is meant to break in upon me. So when I invite you to take a breath with me, that's the space I'm coming from and I'm inviting you into. On Thursday, I was listening to NPR and I heard the interviews, some of you might have as well, of first responders remembering 24 years ago, that Tuesday morning. It started out like all others and changed us all forever. I don't know you or your city well enough to know what that feels like to you. I only have my memories of that day. I also listened to the two young adults who lost their fathers, who worked in the towers. Their ongoing pain and frustration with the whole process of holding the perpetrators accountable. It has been a difficult week. I was asked to share this poem for this Sunday. It's called 9/11 by Charlotte Parsons. You passed me on the street. I rode the subway with you. You lived down the hall from me. I admired your dog every morning in the park. We waited next to each other in line for a concert. I ate with you in cafes. You stood next to me at the bar. We huddled once under an awning during a downpour. We dash across the street to beat the light. I bumped into you coming around the corner. You stepped on my foot. I held the door for you. You helped me up when I slipped on the ice. I grabbed the last Sunday Times. You stole my cab. We waited forever at the bus stop, and we sweated in steamy August. We hunched our shoulders against the sleet. We laughed at the movies. We groaned after the election. We sang in church. Tonight, I lit a candle for you. All of you. Please remain seated while we sing the song, Find a Stillness. It's number 352 in your gray hymnal.
Today is Share the Plate Sunday, which means a portion of our offering will go to the rehabilitation through the arts. Rehabilitation through the arts helps people in prison develop critical life skills through the arts, modeling an approach to the justice system based on human dignity rather than punishment. RTA operates in 10 maximum and medium security men's and women's New York State correctional facilities and one facility in Jamestown, California. Possibility and transformation are essential to RTA's work. Involving people serving prison time in the arts recognizes their inherent worth and dignity, a UU value. This work has been shown to improve both conditions in prison and post-release success for participants. Our offering today will now be given and received to support our mission of transforming our own lives and the world around us.
Thank you. When my daughter Kate, my first of 3, was 2, we were living in Bangor, Maine. It was 18 degrees below zero, and she wanted to wear the frilly little short-sleeved dress that her grandmother had given her. I said, no, no, no. Today's the day for the flannel-lined Oshkosh Bagosh. No, she said. Yes, I said. And then it escalated. Her hands were on her hips. My hands went to my hips. She started screaming, and I called my husband. I handed him the Oshkosh Bagosh. I said, you take care of this. I went downstairs to have coffee, and as I'm standing there thinking about how much I needed to control this situation, I decided I needed a therapist. That was the first time parenting drove me to therapy. There's nothing like the innocence of your offspring for you to realize it's not them, it's you. I am the adult in the room. I need to fix this, okay? Things broken aren't always that obvious to us. Sometimes we look and we don't recognize it's us that's broken. Sometimes we don't realize that there's an option for us other than screaming and yelling and running off into the woods. 2025 has been a year. I thought the ones before that were bad. This one is bringing us all to new opportunities. This past week, the 24th anniversary of 9/11, the assassination of Charlie Kirk, Russian drones over Poland, Netanyahu going into Qatar. I don't even know how many things I missed. Those are the ones that I recognized. They either inspire us to rise to be our best selves, to take an action, or they do send us off screaming into the woods or hiding under our beds. At the listening, or the RE conversation today, I was listening to the discussion of love at the center, and I was reminded that one of the things we all love about Unitarian Universalism is that it does not prescribe a theology to us. It doesn't demand a particular spiritual practice. We aren't trained in the rosary. We aren't trained to go to the mat, to bend our knees. We're left on our own to find what faith means to us, how we develop faith, how we learn what it is we believe, and how we remain faithful to that. That's the good news and the bad news. Because what it allows for each one of us is for us to circle. Oh, I'm going to try this one. Oh, I tried that one. I'll go on this retreat. Maybe I'll meditate. Oh, I think I'd like yoga because then I can stretch my hamstrings. But we never stick with one thing long enough, and those of you who are musicians know that you practice, right? You don't sing perfectly, play perfectly, you practice. It's the same thing with a spiritual practice. You have to practice, you have to bump into your wall. There was a great Buddhist who talked about every time he sat down to meditate, it was like having the cab scream up in the middle of the night, knock on the door and grab him and take him into the middle of nowhere. You have to get over those hard, resistant fear things, right? You have to allow yourself to be imperfect. You have to search yourself for what your resistance is to this particular yearning or learning. But because we don't all sign up for the same one, we don't hold each other accountable to keeping steady to the practice. And we're all vulnerable of leaving the practice right when we're about to learn the important lesson. One of the other times that I sought assistance was when I divorced. And I needed something, and that's when I found yoga. And I was not very good. I could not stand on my head. I couldn't bend myself into a pretzel. But I stuck with it because for me it was a physical as well as a mental practice. And it being sort of ADD and hyper, I could not sit still and meditate. That was not going to happen for me. But I could move my body into a place that prepared me to be able to do that. Now, when that teacher says, lift your chest, draw your palms together, and close your eyes, I cascade into 30 years of practice. A simple breath can put me in that place that I can handle, emerge, engage in whatever's going on. Now, the best time to start a spiritual practice is 30 years ago. The next best time is today. The times that we are in are demanding something of us we have not prepared for. The state of our democracy, the state of our world, it would be all too easy to want to retreat. But none of us has that luxury. None of us. We have all got to be ready to show up, to step in, to do our part. My friend Mary Lou told me once, she said, I was in a paraprofessional role, and I would go complaining into her office nearly daily about how these nursing aides and these personal care attendants were driving me crazy. I couldn't get, and she would look at me and she'd say, I can see you're in a lot of pain, but you are not being injured, which means you cannot retreat into your closet. You need to find it within yourself to be the professional and show up. She's still a good friend. And she reminds me that, or still reminds me that we cannot retreat. The children will always need to be fed. The neighbor is always going to have their dog poop on your lawn. The church doors need to be open. And you'll never know what is happening outside the doors unless you open them. Take a breath. Find a moment to always take a breath. It doesn't take long. It allows your chest to expand. And if you practice taking a breath when you're overwhelmed, you will find that the breath brings you stillness, brings you strength, allows you to do what needs to be done. Hope for this nation, for this earth of ours, depends on our ability to constantly re-enter. Turn away, take a breath, and then come back. Pass the torch to the person sitting next to you, because at this moment you cannot. There needs to be someone there to take the torch when you can't. And then when you take your breath and you find your center, you come back and take the torch back. We are each being called right now to hone our ability to see what is broken, to be inspired and motivated, not terrified by it, so that without violence, without blame, without judgment, without justification or defensiveness, we grasp the reality of this world around us right now, its brokenness, and we allow that to inspire us to show up, to stand up, show up, and not back away. There's a poem that Adam Zukowski wrote, and it says, "Try to praise the mutilated world." The first time I saw that, I thought, I have no praise for this mutilated world. But I made myself read this over and over again. I share it with you now. Try to praise the mutilated world. Remember long June days and wild strawberries, the taste of rosé wine, the nettles that methodically overgrow the abandoned homestead of exiles. You must praise the mutilated world. You watch the stylish yachts and ships. One of them had a long trip ahead of it, while salty oblivion awaited others. You've seen the refugees going nowhere. You've heard the executioners sing joyfully. You still need to praise the mutilated world. Remember the moments when we were together in a white room and the curtain fluttered? Return in thought to the concert where the music just enveloped you. Remember when you gathered acorns in the park in autumn, and leave behind the eddied earth's scars. Praise the mutilated world and the gray feathers a thrush lost, and the gentle light that strays and vanishes and returns. Allow the mutilated world to break you open. That is the only path to wholeness, to unshakable peace, and access to true joy. When we remember the things that we're grateful for, when we remember the beauty of a moment, we can find it in that breath we take for respite. And sometimes that's all it takes to give you the courage and the strength to step into whatever fray is awaiting you. The more we recognize and hold what is broken, the less we need to seek escape from the fear and the uncertainty that it creates. The more often we can respond without rigidity and blame and judgment. As each breath allows our heart and our spirit to mature, we become more courageous. Our flexibility increases. the discomfort of uncertainty becomes easier to manage, and loss lighter to bear. Compassion, tolerance, equanimity, they develop right along integrity till we can each speak the truth with love. A love that allows our words to be heard, not rejected. A mature spirit, regardless of age, is able to speak softly, listen with appreciation, and withhold judgment or the need to correct the words or actions of any other person. The more we can hold what's broken, the more we are able to loosen our own grip on what we believe is the truth, uppercase T. This world is not going to stop bombarding us with hatred, violence, and evil. And I'm pretty sure that I'm not alone in my desire to really wish that it would all go away. Wouldn't we all love to just withdraw here to this space, away from a world of pain and injustice? But we can't, because each one of us is a sprig of hope. And it's only when we bring all of our sprigs together and re-enter into the brokenness that we have any possibility of creating the world we wish for. Winston Abbott wrote this: "For years I never knew whether the twilight was the ending of the day or the beginning of the night. And then, suddenly, one day I understood. This did not matter at all, for time is but a circle, and there can be no beginning or end. And this is how I came to know that birth and death are one. It is neither our coming or our going that is of consequence. What is of consequence is the beauty that one gathers and gives thanks for in this interlude called life." In the collective vulnerability of presence, we each define the sanctity of this space. Here, we are going to practice together how to create and sustain courage in all the quaking moments we experience at the pile of shattered stones. We are going to teach one another that the smallest broken stone, though it glistens with tears, also shines with the love of being seen and simply being here. Reverend Dr. Rebecca Parker reminded us years and years ago with my favorite quote that I will leave you with. None of us alone can save the world. Together, that is another possibility waiting.
Now join me in rising in body or in spirit, singing hymn number 1, May Nothing Evil Cross This Door.
It is with our commitment to each other and to this space that we make the words of that hymn true. As we extinguish the light of our chalice, we carry the flame of commitment and the love of community with us always. And now, in our going, may love bless us and keep us and give us peace. For this is the day we've been given. Let us rejoice and be glad in it.